Oh my goodness, welcome to Mystic Star Magic. We're doing it again. We are doing what's happening in the next 30 days. This is October here, but this is a timeless reading. Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're one of my older friends, thank you so much for sticking with me. I am so happy you are here. All right, so I don't even know. I wanted to tell you so much stuff. So I am aiming to do a vlogtober, so having a new video for you every day. If it's not a long one, it will be a short one, and that's kind of fun. I've been enjoying that. There will be Halloween themes, as you can see. I do have a collaboration coming up for like soon, so if you haven't subscribed, to consider subscribing. Have subscribed, considered getting an clicking the bell thing. There will be, yes, there is gonna be something fun, which is a giveaway this month, so be on the lookout for that as well. So lots of cool, amazing, fun things are coming. Also, we'll be doing live readings. Yeah, they're coming. So it's a little crazy. I wanted to start last week, but that didn't work out. So we're going to start this week. Just be on the lookout for all of those as well. And let me know if you have any fun themes or like questions that you want me to answer, because this would be like, I am, trying to do this for Vlogtober. So with all the jibber jabber, if you want information about the oracles, check the description down below. If you want to get a personal reading by me, especially Halloween themed, yay, check the description down below. Also, if you want to buy my oracles, it's on the information below. And if you want to donate to the channel, always, I'm always grateful and if you even consider it. So just thank you so much. All right, with all that, let's go look at pile one. So this is pile one. We're doing that, and I'm actually doing the shuffling and getting the cards over here. This is pile two. This is pile three, and it just sort of came out that they were all skulls. So it's interesting. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in, close our eyes, clear our mind, and now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. All right, let's do this. Okay, since this is kind of in like the live format, because that's the way I can do it now. I've been having trouble uploading videos, so we're just doing it this way. So yeah, so this is the overall energy. We have two overall energies for this, and I'll get to the other ones as well. So we have the skull of darkness, so blind spots, and the witch, the earthly weaver of the world. Okay, so this is beautiful energy here. The blind spots actually reminds me of, I know V-Love and Tarot just did a reading about blind spots, so maybe check out her video. And then we have the witch here. What I'm seeing here, and this is what I'm gonna say to you, group one, is the blind spot to me is something that you're not wanting to see, right? Your heart and intuition are guiding you in a sense. I feel like maybe something that you've not wanted to see in terms of your heart. Or maybe, that's a good one, yeah. So maybe not being blinded to your own power. I think that's another big one coming through. So be on the lookout for the next 30 days where you might be playing small, maybe, or like where you're like kind of suppressing your power, because I feel like, or not even being aware of how powerful you are. And so I think that's coming through here. Also another thing, yeah, look at that. This, the candle being over here in the crown chakra. I feel like there's information, but I also feel like light coming through from your crown chakra. So what I'm seeing here is more like trust. Trust in those intuitive guidings, maybe like where you kind of feel like your heart is telling you something, and also like your intuition is telling you something, like kind of combine that. That's how I would follow it, especially in things where you feel like you can't see something, the blind spots, right? There's like things that are just not available for you to see at all. Let's actually continue on with the tarot. So I'm using what am I using? I think this is my Halloween tarot. It's like my Halloween tarot. And this is the Halloween Oracle. So this one's the Halloween Oracle. Let's go ahead and see what is happening for the collective of Group 1 this next 30 days. We have the Seven of Ghosts. Okay. We have the King of Bats. All right. One more. I want one more. What's happening? So, oh, the Tower. Okay. I was not expecting that card. That was a blind spot of me here. Okay. And Three of Cups. Okay. So Cups energy. Yeah. So the Ghost are Cup energy. So I'm seeing a lot of like, I almost want to say, well, a lot of emotional energy here with the Seven of Cups and the Three of Cups. So friends are important, like friendship coming through. For some of you, I feel like there's a reconciliation considering here in terms of, well, let's give that message too, since that is coming kind of strong here. So for some of you, I feel like the Three of Ghosts is a reconciliation, possibly with this King of Bats, which is the King of Swords. So somebody very logical, very you know, like logical, almost like feels like lack of emotions, more uses their intellect. So yeah, that's so possibly like a trying to come in here. I feel like, I don't know why that's something that I'm feeling, but that's how I'm feeling it. So I feel like this is like a surprise for you. It's like, what? Trying to reconcile, and you're not even sure about it. You're not sure. Should I follow through here? Should I go with this? Like I said, the guidance here is like the blind spot. You have to trust your heart and also like your intuition and also like your higher self here. So you'll get promptings. I guarantee you that. That's what I'm seeing here. Now, for those of you who that's not it at all, I do feel like friendship is coming through an important aspect here. And so I feel like you're trying to balance out this. You're trying to balance out the King of Bats energy, the King of Swords energy. Maybe for some of you, you've been too much in your head. So if you've been too much in your head, too much in thinking about stuff, your heart is kind of like trying to bring you down, trying to like, that's an important thing. And it's important here because it's like sort of choices that you need to make. So we often think that we make choices with our, like, you know, in our thoughts, but sometimes we get stuck on there. I feel like your heart is trying to guide you to certain things. The tower here being here for me. Okay, it's almost like, and you actually see the ghost coming off. I'm almost gonna say like, it's sort of like clearing also of emotions there. So for some of you, I feel like you've been too much in your head. For others of you, maybe you've been too much in, I won't say your heart, because I'm always like, the heart is good, but maybe too much focusing on like, maybe this insecure, like not insecure, but like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I choose this? Should I choose that? Should I go this way? Should I go? It's like, so too much in this ambivalence, I feel like. And I feel like, since you've been stuck in this situation of like indecision, the tower moment kind of helps you make that decision. But I'm not this, like, I don't feel anything bad about this tower moment, but I'm going to clarify it. It doesn't feel bad. I don't know how to describe it, but it just doesn't feel bad. And it's so funny because I just opened a new deck, and the bottom of the cards is the Seven of Cups, which is just kind of letting you know I just feel like there's, I'm not going to call it confusion maybe, but I'm going to say like an ambivalence. Yeah, you're just like, oh my goodness, what do I do? I feel like for some of you, maybe that is where the King of Bats, it's like, look at it, take a step back and looking at it, not from such an attached maybe to an outcome, like look at it more logically. Maybe that's what it's the guidance here. All right, so we have the Tower, so there's justice, so maybe something, finding balance. Yeah, that does make sense to me. That is kind of like the balance card here. And then the Hermit wanted to look at this. This is like a big one because it's being like a major arcana is being clarified. Two major arcanas. And so then the justice here is to me, it really is like a sense of balance between your mind and also your heart. Maybe there's a sense here. And again, like the light and the light of the candle. There's like and even here, the light of here, right here. You have like, I feel like an aspect of yourself is trying to like, we need this balance. There's light in both aspects. Like in your mind there's light there, and then in your heart there's also light. So it's trying to figure that balance out. Going deep within yourself, it's almost like not trying to be external, not trying to almost like trying to involve others in your whatever it is that you're deciding or whatever you need clarity, not trying to involve others, but rather going deep within yourself because you know what you need. Yeah, even the King of Bats or King of Swords has a sense of clarity. He does chop away from like that confusion. He's like, oh, very direct. I do like that a lot. Okay, and let's go on. Let's see what other stuff is happening here. What else is happening in the next? Oh, sorry, I try not to shuffle so loud. What's happening? 30 days for the collective of group 1. And this is Autumn's Delight by V Love and Tarot. Talent. Okay, we have talent coming through. What else? And territorial. Okay. This is an interesting thing. I also noticed that there's T and T. So there's, I feel like there might be, T is something that's coming through here. So talent and territorial. This is an interesting thing. So the territorial for me, it feels like, again, it could be this energy for those of you who this is an ex coming back. There's a territorial energy here. But for others of you, I feel like the wolf. How do I look at the wolf? The wolf, in this case, I would say, yeah. So the wolf is actually quite knowledgeable. It's like one of those things I actually loved studying Native American, different kinds of, I don't want to say mythologies, but like whatever, like their way of looking at animals. So that wolf is a little like a lead. It's almost like a hermit, sort of like that. But it's also like a leader. It's also a sense of how do I say it? Sorry, I'm like stuck a little bit, and my tummy wants to say hello. But like the wolf, right? The wolf, he's a teacher. So he's a leader, but also a teacher. And I feel like it's almost to me, and very instinct-based is what I would actually say. So I really want to say for you, I feel like you might be in a sense of like uncertainty and or like where there's vacillation. I don't know why there is that, but I feel like you're like, I feel like the energy is almost all over the place. But I feel like listening to your instinct. I also feel like this talent is actually representing this witch. The witch is the earthly weaver of the worlds. And I feel like what I'm seeing here is the earthly weaver of the worlds. But it's not just that. It's like you can create like your reality. It's almost to me like a manifestation. You're able to. You have a lot more talents, and a lot more strength, and you're really, like connecting to, tuning into, admitting. I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't, I really want to say don't play small, because there's more to it. There's a lot more than you have. And this territorial for me, it's almost like instinct, following your instinct, listening to your, I almost want to say your inner teacher, your inner hermit here, your own guidance. You keep on trying to go outside, even here on, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing pick a cards, because they usually, for me, always pick a cards. It's not that you're actually reading what's going to happen, but it's rather you're tuning into the energies that are currently available to, the collective of, especially of the specific group. So what I'm seeing here is like, yes, you can listen to like this, but internally you already have your own guidance system. whatever my reading says, it should resonate in terms of like, it should echo something that you already know within yourself. And that's always been something that I kind of like always look at that. I love this. You have prophecy. Yeah. So I feel like you have a lot more. And for some of you, this might be this around this time. Maybe you are connecting to a lot of your psychic abilities and you're like, I'm not sure. You're not trusting that because maybe it's not something you were quite aware of, or maybe it is new to you, right? It might just be new to you. And so you're just not sure it is. But I think you have, like, you tuning into it, maybe even I would say called to your inner guidance, inner teacher, and you will have this. So yes, prophecy. I feel like you're strong here, sense. And these are my these are actually my Halloween oracle deck, which is the Night Sight and Spooky Oracle. And these are actually, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for them this month, so be on the lookout for that for subscribers. All right, so prophecy and request. I feel like also this is a sense of what it is that you want, asking for it. I know it's a simple thing, it is requesting. So I feel like instead of trying to be in this energy of the Seven of Cups, like vacillating, what should I do, maybe even requesting, it's like maybe a little guidance, maybe a little clarity. It's that I almost feel like a requesting that you are led to your highest good. That might be something you might want to consider doing. I do want to, since you have this, like, I just feel like witchy witch is calling us, so we shall do this. Give me something else to help. One for this. Okay, good. The green witch. Okay, so we have this, and it's a foraging, whole foods, and the earth. Foraging. Okay, so me, that's really what it was actually calling me. I mean, yes, spend time outdoors if you want to. Definitely, like, there is that. But the foraging is, to me, it's sort of like when you forage, you go through it, you search through all of it, and then you kind of find what you're looking for. I feel like that's sort of something that you have to do this upcoming time. I do want to see what your higher self here is guiding us. And then we'll do actually we'll do the higher self in just a bit, but I want to see what kind of love energy is coming through for you for the next 30 days. Sort of energy is coming through. And this is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. What love is coming through? What sort of love energy is coming through for the collective of Japan? Dreams. Okay, so you're and there might be also here's the divine timing, so you might just be having lots of dreams where you're in terms of, like, maybe dreams could be sexy dreams. It could be dreams about connecting to this other person, maybe from your past, that the King of Swords energy, or it might just be that you are just, I feel like a romantic dreams is what I'm seeing here. Oh, and that Seven of Cups could also be dreams, right? That's also true. So maybe you're daydreaming a lot, but it also sends here the divine timing with this, with the writing. So I feel like maybe there is a connection here. For some of you, something sort of messages coming through written form though for you. So that's what I'm seeing here. That's pretty cool. Now let's see what guidance or divine, your higher self is coming through for this in the next 30 days. And this is the Divine Intelligence Oracle, and that's by Moon Moth Goddess. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, duality. Yes, I do like the duality because it is, to me, that is actually the perfect. It is coming to come together with your, I would say, your mental and your heart and even your spiritual coming all together. But it's really, I'm noticing a lot of your heart and your mind is what I'm seeing here with these two cards. And so that's what I'm seeing here. So that's the duality, finding balance there. And with that Justice card, also clarifying the Tower card, clearing the way to find that balance within yourself. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here for you, group one. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you liked this reading, and I'm going to go on to group two. So I have to do live reading format, so everybody's going to be like, oh, but that's okay. that is okay. We're gonna do this and it's gonna be fun. Yes. So just like trying to like put everything back so we can start fresh with new cards. Well, not new cards, but with the cards that we're using. So yeah. All right, and we have this little bag here. Okay, let's start this off. Okay, hello group 2. So group 2, you chose this beautiful card, and it's Skull of Light Illumination. And that it's also, this is what your energy is for this next 30 days. So Skull of Light Illumination and Scrying Intuition. It's kind of it's very similar to group 1's energy, but I think it's a little bit different. Skull of Light, because I feel like here you've actually acknowledged where group 1 is like still a little bit up in the air, not sure about certain things. You actually have acknowledged. So highly, I feel like this next month is very intuitive. So you have that connection. Also, like a lot of things are coming through. You are definitely having downloads, lots of like ideas. I'm getting overloaded with like a whole bunch of different type of ideas. So it's like sort of you're all of a sudden gonna have, oh my goodness, I want to do this, I want to do that, like, and it's all coming through here. Yeah, and you're also gonna have like this sense of knowing, almost like predicting, I guess, let's say that a little bit here. I was gonna say this, but so you also have, sorry, I wasn't quite ready, but that one wanted to come out, so I'm gonna let it come out. But so I feel like really listening to intuition. If you are a reader, I would say even maybe consider either getting a reading done or doing a reading for yourself. I feel like there's some stuff that you've been that's coming through to forefront that you need to kind of get on top of that. Yeah, I feel like there's information that needs for you to kind of connect to. Like there's something, I almost feel like there's like a little tickling, ningling at the back of my head, but it's sort of like wants to come out to the forefront there. So I'm gonna say, like, if you're a reader, go ahead and read your own cards, or maybe get somebody to read them for you, like a friend or something. I just feel like there's some sort of information that needs to come out that you've been thinking about. Oh, it's been niggling at you. So that's something here. All right, what else is coming for the collective? Tower moment. You're kidding me, friend. Okay, tower moment. Tower moment apparently is coming out. I'm hoping that doesn't come out for the third group, but we shall see. So what else is coming? Yeah, 4 of Imps. Nice. Now this does remind me a lot of the group 1. So it's just sort of, it's similar but different at the same time. We have Page of Imps and we have 2 of Imps. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that there's still like a sense of choices here, but it's different choices for you than it was for group 1. I also feel like you have the 8 of Bats, which is the 8 of Swords. So I feel like you're tangled up. Ooh. Yeah, you've been like, maybe for some of you, it's like you're almost like blocking some sort of progress that you've been wanting to do. You've been wanting to move forward. And so I feel like that's why this tower comes into existence here, because it's trying, like you are in the state of 8 of Swords, not being able to move forward. And so that really does. This energy is very similar to group 1. So maybe check out that pile as well. 4 of Swords, though. 4 of Imps. I do like this 4 of Wands. There's an energy here of like celebration. So we will be celebrating something too. With this 2 of Imps, it's sort of like you're making a choice to, well, you're going to take a different stance, but with this, like you're taking a different route that you've been considering. You might just be heading there. But the 2 of Imps in this particular case, it feels like there's almost like 2 desires fighting it out. You're being pulled in 2 directions. But I feel like, you know, even though you're being pulled in 2 directions, you kind of already know where you want to go. It's often that. It's like, it's sort of, you're like, okay, you have to be this and try to sort it all out. But I do think that there is progress here, aside from this tower. There's a lot of progress here because you have the 2 of Imps, then you have the 4 of Imps, and then you have the Page of Imps, okay? And so the Page of Imps or the Page of Wands is really about actually taking the first few steps. This is like a new energy, taking the first few steps about maybe something that we're passionate about. It's on your way, maybe if you haven't, it's sort of the first step to being an entrepreneur, like doing the first step, like how do we get this? So once we made that decision, when we made that we've decided from the Two of Imps, we've made that decision, we maybe, even if you're feeling blocked or stuck, which I feel like you are, especially in your thoughts, poof, comes this Tower moment, clears that all up, lets you finally make that clear decision. You do celebrate this, and then you're starting to take the first steps. You're starting to move forward, and that's actually quite beautiful. Let's actually see what this energy is. I want to see what this Tower is, and I also want to see what this Eight of Bats is. I'm actually feeling quite curious about a lot of things here. So let's see, but what does this Tower represent? Why is this Tower here? What is this Tower here? And we have the Page of Swords, clarity coming through. Oh, maybe something you've been wanting to say, but haven't been able to say. Oh, but you see how there's page energy? It's like a very much a beginning. This is like a new energy coming through here. I feel like maybe for some of you with this Eight of Bats, you've been tying yourself up, but it's also like you've been blinding yourself to something, or maybe pretending not to see something, and then it comes here, this sense of clarity, and you're cutting away, because I look at this sword is cutting away all those things, and so that's the Tower. I do feel like this is a different kind of, well, how do I say it? All Towers are kind of intense because they break away, they take away all the things that are no longer serving us, that we were too scared to let go of it. Sorry, when you're clarifying the Tower with another Tower, it's funny. It's like, okay, I getcha. Yeah, it almost feels like it's sort of like you need to break free of something, and the only way for you to do it is with that Tower, and that's what I'm seeing here. It's the first step, though. It's like it's a first step, and you're gonna get more towards it. I wanted to find out what this Eight of Swords was, and it's over the Four of Pentacles in reverse. And so Four of Pentacles, sometimes we can feel like we are trying to hold on to something, and I feel like, though, I think that is a part of it. You're trying to hold on. I almost feel like you're trying to hold on to the world that you had, maybe, or the world that is like like the world is changing right now, but you're trying to hold on to your old reality. So in this reverse, I feel like it's what I'm here is I normally would say like, oh, this is in reverse, so I wouldn't just like, because for me this is actually like you're holding on, but you're not aware of it. You don't want to acknowledge it, maybe, because to me it's like these two cards feel like you're tight, like you're closed off, and they're both in a sense of fear. Like I really want to say that you don't want to see, like you don't want to see that maybe you are holding on to, like trying to hold on to the current reality when the world is changing, and where your world is changing. Like you can't stay in the past, is what I'm kind of wanting to say. Hope that makes sense. And then I do actually want to see what this Page of Imps is. I hope this is making a lot of sense, because when I do it, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I go with it because that's just sort of how I feel it. Okay, the Chariot, look at that lovely movement. We are moving. It's a slow movement. This is not going to be an overnight thing, because we have like a lot of page energy. You're in the beginning stages, and that's awesome, because that's the momentum that you need. Going after your passion, going like, I almost feel like you stopped this indecision, you stopped being blocked off, where you're trying to, this is for me like you don't want change, and I get it. That's why the Tower comes in, because I almost feel like you're like really stubborn about like, this is not happening, I'm not changing, and it's something maybe that you're not even aware of. So we need to like, it comes here and it helps us. It's going to clear up the way, because it's like you're ready for a new level in your life. You're ready for something new in your life. And maybe for some of you, it's like you weren't acknowledging that you were quite there. Let's go on to the next Yeah, let's go see what other stuff is coming through here for you. And this is the Autumn's Delight by Love and Tarot. Okay, so we have Discovery. Yes, love that. Discovery. And then what else? I want another one. And Habits. Oh, yes. That's actually perfect. Because it is. I feel like if you're kind of stuck in your old habits. Oops. Sorry, I moved and shifted the camera. So I apologize. So you are kind of stuck in your old habits. You're kind of like, you're holding on so dearly to those things, but it's like in that you're preventing discovery of new things. There's new joy for you to discover, but being and that's why we have page energy, because it's like that's the discovery phase. That's when you're like, oh, I'm about to like discover different new things about I don't know, like I'm thinking like of a child when they first discover something, or not even discover, like when they go to school and they're like, they just learn something that it just fascinates them. And then they just come home and they talk about it and they're telling you, did you know this? Oh my goodness. And it's that excitement. That is the energy that after the tower happens, that's the energy you get. Very beautiful energy, I tell you. Okay, let's see what else is coming. Power, yes. You have a lot of power. Yes. We're harnessing that power and healing. Yeah. I almost want to say, and this is what I'm saying, this is the discovery. You have to, like, if I were to tell you something for this next 30 days, you have to go outside of your comfort zone. That's what I'm saying here. You're going to have to try something completely new. And instead of thinking that you're losing power, instead of thinking that, like this is like, this uncertainty is going to be bad for you, it's actually going to be really good. There's like a lot of potential things here. I feel like new powers maybe. Basically, I'm like seeing it's like you're developing a new sense of you. And so that is like pretty awesome if you ask me. So don't, if you've been feeling like, oh my goodness, things are changing. Yeah, things are changing. I feel you. I really do. I understand the fear. Believe me, when things change, you're like, oh my goodness, it's hard. It's hard. And that's also actually something that I've been thinking a lot about in terms of like, hey, there's this, if you do the whole like manifestation or a law of attraction, it's like, don't struggle, it's like supposed to be almost like easy peasy and poof, it comes in. I'm like, but if I notice everything, usually there is a bit of struggle, right? There's struggle. When the seeds come out of the plant, there's a struggle. There's always a bit of a struggle, but it's not to be avoided, because it's how we grow. All right, enough of my spiel about that. Let's actually see what love energy is coming through for you for the next 30 days. We have adventure. Oh, yes. Oh, ho, ho. I love that energy. And we have love. Okay, look it for you. And so, so look at, like, it even comes here. For some of you, there is a love message coming through. But again, it has to be you. It cannot be. How do I say it? There has to be a sense of going outside of your comfort zone. I really just want to say that. That's sort of like the message I'm hearing. Adventure, looking at love as an adventure, yes, it really is. Sometimes you're up and down, sometimes it doesn't matter, but it's sort of sense of like going outside your comfort zone, really important. Trying new things, like going to new places. Even let's say, and this is the thing, like, okay, you're with somebody right now. This next 30 days, try to do something with your significant other. And if you're looking for love, try like going to a new place, try like new things. I feel like that's important, because I really just feel like this is a month of like needing to expand our wings, right. Yeah, I really like that energy. All right. I do want to see what your higher self wants to guide us through, and this is the higher self here. This is the Divine Intelligence Oracle by Muma. Got it. A hiccup. All right, let's go ahead and see what Divine Intelligence is coming through for you for the next 30 days. And this is where the clarity comes in here. That's what I'm hoping it'll just kind of guide us through. Oh, look at that. Change directions. Yep. So you need to change directions. There is a sense of confrontation, and then purpose. So there's a confrontation. What is the confrontation? The confrontation is really, I have to say, it's sort of like an inner battle with yourself, in terms of like, you really just want to stay, don't want to change. Even if you're not aware of it, there's a part of you that's kind of going back to your old habits. It's like, and it keeps pulling you back, and that's not helping you, because it's like your purpose is unfolding. You see, like, it's almost like you're growing. There's growth here, and this, where you were stuck before, it's like, it was like there was no growth there. So you need to change directions, and the Tower moment will help, but you also have to, you know, take advantage of those like the page energies, right? The clarity is sort of the Page of Swords coming through, clarity, maybe even expressing things that maybe we're afraid of, things, actually expressing them, coming out. Page of Wands, following your passion, following your, like, your passion, desires, something like going off in an adventure. I really want to say that. So I think I'm going to leave this here for you, group, too. So one thing that I have to say, yes, very important. Please, 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 please do give yourself this, specifically these next 30 days, a sense of adventure. Go out looking for adventure for yourself. You know, this is, I feel like that's your inner self forward. So that's what I'm going to say here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much spending, you know, like spending time with me. Yes, I do. So it's actually that, you sharing your energy and sharing your journey with me. I hope you come back and consider subscribing and consider giving me a thumbs up. It just helps the channel grow. Yeah, and be on the lookout for all the other amazing readings. Okay, so group 2, I'm gonna go on to group 3. Sorry, this is live format, but that's the only way for me to do it right now. Having trouble uploading stuff, so this is how I'm like, this is how the thing goes. So we're just gonna go. All right, let's see. I'm just clearing up the way, yeah. See, it's sort of like energy clearing. This is sort of what you need to do, my friends. Need to clear that energy for you. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Group 3, you are here. It is now your turn. Yes. Okay. So you have strength, and this is your overall energy for this next 30. So strength, the skeleton, and then we also have exploring wilderness, the well of transformation, but it's almost like, ooh, letting yourself go. This is actually quite similar. It's like all of each pile is very similar. And I really like this because they're kind of all interconnected. Oh boy. So there is that sense of being, so I feel like you are transforming here with this werewolf. It's actually almost like you are letting yourself, your wild side, come out. You've been, okay, so what I'm seeing is you've been bottling up different, like maybe emotions, bottling up desires, bottling up stuff. Oops, it's all coming out. For this, I almost feel like, and I feel like they're kind of connected in terms of like skeleton in the closet. I mean, like, it's not something that's actually, I feel like there's a skeleton in the closet, but I feel like there's something you've been suppressing. And so the skeleton's going to come out here. With the strength tarot card, I feels like it's like whatever it is, you have the strength to move forward. I hope that makes sense. I do also see that head there is actually quite important. So I feel like maybe listening to your like higher wisdom, if you will, to your own guidance and to your own wisdom. Sorry, I'm like, am I gonna, okay. I was just about to make it, no, I was doing it right. Sorry, I'm about to shuffle the cards, the tarot cards, and I didn't want it to just be, I try not to have reverse, so, but if I do, they usually, if they come out, they just come out that way, not because I put my cards in reverse too. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's see what is happening for the collective of group 3. Oh, 4 of MC came back again. 2 of Cups coming through. Yeah. Let's see what else is happening. The collective of, oh, okay. For example, this one, I'm not sure because it kind of came and landed on the world. So I feel like there's some sort of, and okay, that makes sense. Sorry, I'll go into it once I'm done with all of this. All right, let's see what else. Okay. Seven of Bats. Yep. One more card. Three of Bats. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, and we might use probably some clarification here. Okay. So what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Bats right off the bat is this. Yes, we do have some sort of skeletons in the closet in terms of that we're hiding something. Again, like I feel like you're possibly masking Seven of Swords. So you're masking, trying to hide some aspect of yourself. And this is why we're going to exploring the wildness. I feel like it's almost like you're unleashing your true self. You've been suppressing whatever. You've been trying to suppress something. It's like, oh, and it's not good. You know why it's not good? I'm going to actually say that's why the world comes in reverse. Now, the reversals are very interesting because to me it's always like that card, like it's a specific card that wanted to come out, but it's just backwards. And so the world is usually means that there's some sort of ending, like that we have come to the end of I would say maybe a chapter, end of like a cycle. That's right. That's what I would say. So it's end of a cycle. There is an end of a cycle here that's happening, but for me, it feels like you're blocking it in a sense because you've been suppressing you're masking some aspect of yourself. Now, for me, this is like interesting. It could be this Three of Swords that there's still hurt that you're holding on to, hurt from your past that you're still holding on to, and that whether you're aware of it, you're just like, it's all mask. And it wouldn't make sense because we have the bats and bats. So like sword energy. And for some of you, I feel like it was from somebody that you cared about with this Two of Cups. But what I want to say here is, and please bear with me, especially because this is a general reading, but what I'm seeing here is that you're holding on to something from the past. I really feel like the hurt of some kind, which is preventing you from actually ending a cycle that allows you to go to this Two of Cups. So it's sort of like a maybe meeting somebody new in terms of love. If it's not meeting somebody new, then if it's not meeting like a new love potential, then for me the Two of Cups is sort of like making peace with yourself, like understanding your shadow and light self. And there will be a reading about shadow and light. I'm doing a collaboration with Mima Starseed, and they'll be coming in the third week of October, so stay tuned for that. So I feel like it's finally coming into a connection or a peace with having this wildness. It's like there's you're born to be wild kind of, and you've been suppressing it. You've been trying to hold on to this. It's like, no, there's a sense of unleashing who you're meant to be. And then this Four of Imps is that celebration. Four of Wands is like celebrating, finally allowing yourself to have this. I also just feel like there are lots of people are celebrating in October. There's a lot of celebration happening. Let's actually clarify, because I do actually want to see this. So I'm going to clarify this Seven of Bats. What is the Seven of Bats doing here, or Seven of Swords doing here? What is the Seven of Swords doing here? Queen of Swords, yeah, okay. Now, Queen of Swords here, my friend, is, and she's directly looking at that Seven of Swords. So there's some sort of hiding that you've been putting it. And this one wanted to come into reverse. Okay. Sorry. So I feel like there's a sense of, it's not, sorry, I'm trying to get it to, yes, there we go. So there's maybe you neglecting this Queen of Wands. So this is very passionate, very sexual, very attractive, boss lady here, totally boss babe. So this is that energy, and the fact that it's Queen of Wands in reverse is, I feel like you've been suppressing that. So I almost feel like you're suppressing some sort of femininity coming through, even though the Queen of Swords is upright. And now the Queen of Swords is here. I really like the way that her hand is we're open, we're ready. So this is more like a lot of mental, and it almost feels like your guard is up. The Queen of Wands is a lot more warm, and it makes sense that you would have this. So I feel like you're trying to suppress this. I almost feel like you're trying to suppress maybe emotions, but not just emotions, like desires. Some desires that you've been wanting and you've been suppressing. I do feel like there's a sense of, because I feel the fire, I feel the wildness of it. It's almost like, it makes me almost want to howl. It's like, you know. Let's see what the Three of is coming through here. Why is the Three of Swords coming through? Why is the Three of Swords? Page of Swords coming through. Lots of swords energy. Okay, so a truth, something that you've been expressing, something that you haven't been able to. Yeah, Three of Swords. Okay, Three of Cups. I feel like, I don't know why, but for me, it's sort of like your heart wants a sword. So for some of you, your heart wants a reconciliation of some kind. Like it's really wanting this. This could also be the pain of, I feel like, maybe a friend hurt you, or somebody who you cared about, or you felt very close, hurt you, and it's like you need to actually there needs to be some sort of closure, even if it's just you maybe writing out a letter, not even having, like, I don't necessarily think you have to confront things. It just, for me, it's sort of closure is what I'm seeing here, and you're not getting that closure. Why? Because you're ignoring it. You're pretending you don't feel these things. It's okay. I always say all emotions are good. They're just teaching us something. They're a guiding system. They're guiding us to what we want or what we don't want. Okay, let's actually see. What does, okay, so for me, it's the Four of Cups. It's sort of like there's a blessing coming here. There's a Ace of Cups coming through, something that could fulfill you, make you happy, but you're not seeing it, and it feels like that to me too. The world is like you're ending a cycle, and it's supposed to be very good, but you're not acknowledging it because you're too much in that Three of Swords, and you're also struggling, preventing that, like masking whatever it is. I feel like a lot of your desires, you're masking a lot of your desires. What is it that you really want? And then I feel like you're like, nope, I don't, not acknowledging that at all. So if you do want reconciliation, acknowledging that. I feel like that sometimes we feel like, oh, we're not allowed to have this. It's like, you can still think about it. You can still ask for it. You can still like, hey, it's okay. Desires, or I always think it's like, you can ask for things, whether they come or not, but you can still ask, right? See what other things are coming through. And this is Autumn's Delight, the V11 Tarot. Illumination. Hermit mode, my friends. Hermit mode. That is all about going deep within ourselves. Yes. I also feel like, and it's sort of diligence. And the diligence, I have to be honest with you, I feel like that feels to me like that skeleton aspect of you. You're very diligent. You're like, I have to be, I have to do things a certain way. I have to do it like, and I just feel like that is like, I don't know. I really want to say break free of all that. I almost want to say go a little wild this next 30 days. Like really let down your hair. Maybe for some of you, get yourself a little makeover. I don't know why I love makeovers. Try a whole new different wardrobe. I don't know. It's just, I feel like there's a sense of trying something, like there's some aspect of yourself that you keep bottling in. And I just want to say like, no, let the wild side come out. So that's what I'm going to go with this. Illumination, I feel like it comes from within here. So maybe doing some hermit moding. Actually, maybe I'm going to say the opposite. I know how I contradict myself. I'm saying like, yes, go within yourself. That's true. But I also feel like, no, I want you to go out and party a little bit. I don't know why I'm going to say that, but I feel like that is what you need. I feel like you've been very diligent. You've been doing things all like that. It's time for you to have a little fun is what I want to say. And now I'm using my Halloween oracle, which is the Mystic Night's Light. And you can find that on Etsy. And so here we go. We have chaos. Yes. All right. That is actually quite lovely. So it's almost like invite the chaos in a little bit, right? It's sort of like, because I feel like you're just kind of going through the motions, but I feel like things need to be, you need to change things up a little bit. And messages, well, we are getting lots of messages. So be on the lookout for those messages. It can actually like be in your dreams. It could be like you can actually see actual messages. Like all of a sudden, like for example, sometimes when you have a question or something, and it just kind of is on my mind, I would say like I would just focus on certain things, right? And then right there you can listen to like a song that kind of answers the question that you had, or you could actually, for example, sometimes like I read people's shirts, you know how they have messages on people's shirts sometimes, you know, like cool people have that, so and sometimes they just answer exactly what I needed what I needed to hear. So let's go ahead. Oh, actually I want to see what the love energy is for you, especially because you have that 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Let's see what is happening with in terms group 3 in terms of love. We have perception. How do you perceive? And even though this is like part of like, this is similar to group 2, they also have adventure. I really do feel like there's a sense of adventure. Perception. So how do you view things? I guess to me it's sort of like, are you really focusing on that 3 of Swords energy? Or are you opening up in 3 of Swords energy and 4 of Cups energy? Or are you opening yourself up to this 2 of Cups and 4 of Wands energy? We get to choose. We get to choose. Isn't that beautiful? So how do you view it? And then I say, go for adventure. Go for it. And trust. Oh, look at that. I love this. I feel like for me, it's trust. Trusting the transformation, trusting the change that's coming. I feel like for me that's spirit saying, yes, trust in me. I'm bringing you different things. I'm bringing you what you want, but you have to be willing. You have to be ready to see that Ace of Cups. If you're not willing to see that Ace of Cups, then what's the point? I'm like sending it, but you're not seeing it, right? You're avoiding it, or not paying attention to it. Let's see what your higher self is coming through here, and this is by Divine Intelligence Oracle by Moonmoth Goddess. Yes, tell me more for the collective group. Energetic responsibility, soul expression. Yes, that's actually when you haven't been expressing. Energetic responsibility, and sort of like, I think for me that's the way the perception is. So how do I say this? I mean, like, how are you looking? Like, because if you are in the state of 3 of Swords energy, you're not going to be open to that 2 of Cups, even though it's being presented, right? It also, it sounds to me like making energetic responsibility, accepting all the different energies, and for me it's like sort of accepting all the different emotions that you have, and not, I almost feel like judging it, right? Like we have emotions. And really I feel like stepping into that chaos with this soul expression. I like dance. Like, I just feel like there's something that you've been, I feel constrained, and I want, like, not constrained. No, it's like you're masking. It's like you're pretending. And that's even kind of harder than constraining, because you're pretending. Like if you're constraining in a sense, like this, the 8 of Swords is like you're tying yourself up a sense, but in the 7 of Swords, to me, it's even more so, because it's like you, not only are you doing that, but you're adding another layer of pretending. And so here there's the pretending, there's a masking aspect. And so I feel like your soul is saying like, no, we're breaking free. Masking aspect. And so I feel like your soul is saying like, no, we're breaking free. And so this is the month to do it, the next 30 days to do it, accept the chaos. Yes. And it's a lot of saying, a lot of, you know, coming through, but trust in it. There is a sense of trust. I feel like you're being divinely guided here. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please do consider subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. It just helps the channel grow. And just thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me read your cards. It really does humble me. And it just makes me quite happy, actually, to be honest. I hope you like it. Please stay tuned. This is supposed to be of October, so hopefully I will be doing live readings throughout this month, the next 30 days. And I'll be, being here. So with that, I am sending you so much love, so much light. Bye-bye.